I'm in New York, Central Park. I found a nice, beautiful spot in the shade. I'm here to supervise my baby brother Tommy while he's at his computer science summer camp. It's 91 degrees Fahrenheit here in New York, which is 33 degrees Celsius. It isn't just hot, it is humid, okay? Think wet sauna. That's what it feels like at all times. And I'm getting about 10,000 steps a day because I love exploring by foot. I love walking around in the city, Broadway shows, sightseeing, museums, institutes. And something that I've noticed that I really don't feel like carnivores talk enough about is the lack of body odor. I know it seems like this random, minuscule, unimportant thing, but when you are constantly outside in okay, it's not disgusting, but when you are constantly outside in a wet sauna city and you have to move, you have to walk, you have to make sure you're on time on all of these appointments for your little brother, you are in the subway. By the way, the subway is even hotter than outside in New York. You really notice like how your body is feeling. Are you sweating? Do you have body odor? Tommy, my little brother, he brings this little stick of deodorant for himself. He's 16 now. Seeing him have armpit hair for the first time, leg hair for the first time is so baffling because I will always and forever see him as my baby brother. We're in the subway and I look to him and he's literally putting on deodorant. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you use deodorant? He said, obviously, you don't wear deodorant. The way that he said it made it seem like it was the most obvious statement and I was stupid or something. And he was honestly shocked that when I told him, I don't wear deodorant at all. I just don't need it. Let me just do a quick test because there's no one around. I definitely feel that my armpits are quite moist and sweaty. So let's just, no BO. It literally smells like nothing. Ever since going carnivore, I've learned to make it a habit to always check in with myself. How's the energy? How's the mood? How was my sleep last night? How's the hunger, appetite, satiation, all of those things? Like I'm really good at reading my body and I just love observing how I feel. One thing that I feel like not a lot of carnivores talk enough about is just the diminishing of product usage. You just don't need to buy products. You don't need to use products. You become minimal naturally. I actually would say you don't have to fully go carnivore. You can do animal-based. You can do keto, low carb. If you just clean up your diet, you stop eating seed oils, you stop eating junk food, you stop eating like refined sugars, gluten, you will naturally notice your body odor will go away. I had Tommy smell them and he said, you're right, it doesn't smell bad at all. This says a lot about what you're eating and your bodily functions. The best test that you can put your body through to see if it actually produces body odor or if there's actually stinky scents coming out of your pores practically is to just walk around in New York City where it's 91 degrees, sweaty people all over you. Also, you're nervous because you have this busy schedule for your little brother and you want to be on time and you want to give him the best touring experience. So that is the best test that you can put your body through to see just how much body odor it produces. I just wanted to share a post that I put on Instagram, got like 3 million views. Yes, there's so many hate comments, there's so many naysayer comments, which I find to be so entertaining and eye-opening and educational to show what most people still believe in. Like, what do most of the population truly think are facts when it comes to health, diet, and wellness? And it's hilarious, but also, again, very, very eye-opening. And there's bugs everywhere, so let's try not to get bit. This first one is I've actually pinned because it is so powerful. Clearly a carnivore comment, and he says, no IBS, no painful bowels, no chronic bloat. Carnivore diet changed my life. 2,115 likes. Not surprised. I hear this pretty much every single day when it comes to carnivore diet helping with health issues. And if you have serious chronic digestion issues like IBS, bloat, if you give eating real foods enough time, you will see that it completely changes your digestion. I love this one. She says, I farted so much on the vegan diet and not at all on just animal foods. This is my experience exactly as well. I actually went carnivore right here in New York. 5.5 years ago, I think I was pursuing my second year of master's at Juilliard. I was starting to have issues with my focus and also my memory. At that time, I was vegan right before going carnivore, and I did it overnight, cold turkey. But it gave me a really good representation of how plant foods make you feel and how animal foods make you feel. And one thing that I can confirm from her comment is for sure, when you're eating plants and exclusively plants, because I was full on vegan, you have some of the worst bloat and gas you'll ever have in your life. I would never have a flat stomach. I would never truly feel satiated and energized. It was constant brain fog, constant bloat, constant gas, and also a lot of BO. So this just says a lot about the polar opposites of foods that you can feed your body and just what it does to your body. I'll tell you exactly just how minimal I personally got with my routine. I don't use any deodorant. I don't use any body wash. I also don't use any wash for my parts down there. I don't even use perfume. I don't use any fragrance to cover up the stink that my body produces because there's no stink. There's nothing to detox out of my pores. A lot of you guys want to know my skincare, so I think I'll just quickly go over what I put on my face. I suffer with rosacea and eczema, so if you also have autoimmune skin issues that you want to heal, I would avoid any fragrances, perfumes, alcohol in your skincare because that really dries your skin and it also makes it flare up. So if you have acne, that also doesn't help. So I would focus on fragrance-free, alcohol-free products. Just by reading the ingredients list on skincare products, like even the clean skincare products, you would be surprised how many skincare products have fragrance and alcohol in the ingredients list. So if you take any skincare tip away from this video, read the ingredients list, avoid alcohol and fragrance at all costs, and it's going to make a big difference in your skin health. It's going to feel more hydrated, glowy, relaxed, not as irritated for sure. Right now, I've actually been loving animal-based skincare, specifically tallow skincare. So I'll make sure to link it down below in the description box. This comment is so cute. It's from Jasmine. She says, there are certain parts of the body I would imagine still needs to be washed and cleansed, no? And obviously we all know what she's referring to. I personally don't. I just use water. I don't need to use any soap. I don't need to use any special products. I don't need to use any pH balanced gimmicky things because I just don't need it. So you guys can definitely try that if you're having issues with pH balance or if you're having dryness or oiliness. It just lets your skin naturally balance its own pH that way. One thing that really does help with hydration and super humid, hot weather, especially if you're new to carnivore and you're having the headaches, the fatigue, the low energy symptoms of adaptation, is to lean on a high quality electrolyte. So I actually brought these on my trip for Steak and Butter Guy and also for my little brother to enjoy. It's just little packets of electrolytes and only the electrolytes. So I highly recommend this one. It's labeled raw unflavored because it has nothing but sodium, potassium, magnesium, no flavorings, no sugar, no stevia. And these are what the little packets look like. So you can really just pack it in your backpack, bag, on the go, traveling, and you just rip one open. You pour it in whatever you're drinking, drink it down, and you're good to go. So these are great if you're sweating a lot, you're really active, and it's very hot outside, and you need to make sure that you replenish your hydration. You also get a free sample pack like this. It does include the raw unflavored one as well. When you go to the URL shown on the screen, drinklmnt.com/SBGAL. I'll also link them down below. One thing that really makes me so happy and fulfilled is on Instagram specifically, because you do interact with the community a lot easier on Instagram than on YouTube. I am seeing so many beautiful steak and butter gals all over the world start eating more meat, go carnivore, go animal-based, and everybody in general. Like, I get tagged in hundreds of posts and stories. It makes me feel so inspired, so excited, and so hopeful that people are seeing the truth and they're actually making changes to their own bodies and they're sharing it on Instagram. And I feel like this is definitely the best way to spread the word about how to get healthy through food, not drugs, not medicine, not stupid vegan plant-based diets. This comment basically represents, I would say, 99% of the population in what they think about us, carnivores. Humans are naturally omnivorous. If you're switching from one extreme diet to another extreme diet, you probably have an eating disorder. Stop trying to convince everyone else that extreme restrictive diets are healthy. Go to therapy. It makes me feel like, gosh, these people are seriously missing out. They can hate all they want. They can say that I need therapy. They can ridicule, they can look down on me, they can think that I am a danger to society, but they really are in no position to say these things because they haven't tried the diet. They have not tried the lifestyle. I personally don't like to call carnivore a diet because it is so much more than just a diet. It is completely a lifestyle, a transformation in the way that you can live and feel. So when people see our lifestyle, the carnivore diet, one, it is so extreme. It is just the automatic reaction, even from my own siblings, like my big sister, my brother-in-law. When I told them for the first time that I'm on a carnivore diet, they said, another extreme diet, because I was vegan beforehand. So it's hilarious to see the reactions for sure, but it isn't restrictive. It isn't extreme when you've suffered your whole life from binging, from disordered eating, from punishing yourself after binging, okay, by force fasting and practically starving, calorie counting, and portion control. When you've lived your whole teenage years struggling with your weight, obsessing with your body, having body image issues and self-esteem issues, it is the most freeing feeling to be able to actually eat something and feel satiated. I can't speak enough about this topic. This is one of the most profound and wonderful benefits that I have received after going carnivore and eating animal foods. The more animal fats that I eat, the more satiated I feel. When I eat a meal of red meat, let's say like fatty red meat, a stick of butter on the side, I eat as much as I want, I am able to stay full for 23 hours, no problem. In the New York City heat here, I'm mostly eating OMADs, 1 meal a day, rather than my usual 2 meals a day. And yet I still have energy, I don't have brain fog, I don't have body odor, I just feel good. I feel satiated. It's not restrictive when you can feel like you can go a whole day without thinking about food 24/7. So when you actually have experience living like that, then fine. You can go ahead and hate because you've already experienced it, you tried this lifestyle. But anybody who has not, they just don't know what they're talking about. I feel like they're missing out. This is why I keep posting and talking and sharing and featuring other people's stories on my platforms, because it is the best way to change people's minds about lifestyle, about diet, about food. When you see success stories that you can relate to, I don't think there's anything more powerful and more convincing. I love the comment sections of my Instagram posts because there's this whole community of carnivores, all ages, all across the world, sharing their experiences, sharing their relatable results, healing stories in the comments, and it's so inspiring. I have literally had people who follow me just to hate on me DM me and say, oh, I followed you because I thought you were crazy, but after reading comments and success stories in your comment section, it convinced me to try it, and now I love the lifestyle. So it's very powerful, these comment sections. Why do you need to have such a radical diet? You went from vegan to carnivore. Have you ever tried having a balanced diet? I've tried eating everything in moderation. I've tried a balanced diet, and I know for a fact most of you carnivores watching this video, and if you're not carnivore, listen up, you've also tried eating everything balanced in moderation, a little bit of everything and not too much of one thing, because that's so not good for you. When I was on a standard American diet, so breakfast, always have a nice hearty breakfast of cereal and milk, yogurt, granola, whatever. Everybody would consider that super healthy. Lunch, salad, if not salad, lots of greens in my sandwich. Dinner, lots of meat, but also lots of carbs, right? And definitely cooked in lots of seed oils. A lot of Chinese dishes actually call for Coke in the meat dishes. So that's actually a popular hack in Chinese cooking, which I do not think is a good idea. They will use Coca-Cola, Pepsi, soda in their meat dishes as like the base of making that sauce really flavorful. I would argue that I felt the worst I've ever felt when I was eating a diet like that, even worse than a vegan diet. So I've already tried it. I've tried pretty much every single weight loss fad diet and hack, and it didn't work for me. So if you truly believe that eating everything in moderation is healthy and you actually feel incredible, good for you. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. My channel here is for people who are struggling, honestly, for people who are desperate to heal and to just feel better. So that's what this is for. I know that every time I post these types of videos and I post these types of reels, I'm going to continue to get comments like this every single day. I learn so much, and I also find it so relatable when I get to read your thoughts, your experiences, your opinions on these types of very common remarks about us and our lifestyle. I did want to share with my YouTube family here that I'm getting married. Officially. The wedding ceremony is happening in less than 20 days. It's actually going to take place in Riverton, Wyoming. All of this happened so spontaneously. We did not even plan on having a wedding at all because most of our family is in China, but things just fell into place. We both were going to go to the Riverton, Wyoming carnivore event. It's called the Beef Roundup, hosted by Tyler. Shout out to Tyler for inviting us. I'm going to be speaking on the women's panel. So many of my favorite carnivores are going to be there. And also Riverton is literally coined the most carnivore friendly city on earth, something like that. So it's happening, and it's happening in less than 20 days. I'm so grateful for my friendship with Tyler because he is an amazing person. He is such a huge supporter of a carnivore lifestyle, of eating more meat, of supporting ranchers. And this event is going to be super inspiring and educational. If you guys want to check it out, it's beefroundup.com. You guys can check it out in the description box. Of course, I'm going to capture all of the best memories, all of the best moments of our special day. And what I will tell you is I am not starving myself for my wedding day. I am not restricting my calories just to look great for the wedding photos, to fit in the dress. I've already picked the dress, like the one that I just fell in love with. I'm not going to do anything different, really. I'm just going to keep eating high-fat carnivore, keep munching on my sticks of butter when I'm hungry, sleep really well, and just have fun. Like, I think that's what every wedding day should be. It shouldn't be like the day where you are at your thinnest, where you are suffering the most, and it shouldn't be the day before binging for the next 3 months. That's what I'll tell you, because all of the movies portray that type of approach where you literally kill yourself to fit in that dress. Why not just focus on being your healthiest, feeling your most confident, feeling your best, and starting with eating the right foods, right? Did also want to film a carnivore Q&A, but I'll probably film that another day.